I look like I'm sitting in some tiny little theater that I built for myself.
Yeah, the proscenium curtains.
I thought you were
You
the
make it
National
for, like,
Portrait
puppets.
Gallery. Man.
Jay looks like she's in a coffee shop in Silver Lake, waiting for her coffee up against the wall. Yeah. Hi guys, my name is Drake Doremus. I'm the director and co-writer of Endings Beginnings, and this is my amazing cast: Shailene Woodley, who plays Daphne; Sebastian Stan, who plays Frank; and Jamie Dornan, who plays Jack. This is so crazy to be releasing a movie in the middle of all this, by the way. And it's so special to be hopefully giving people a gift of peace and understanding and self-love and all that stuff. But everyone's okay, everyone's happy, everyone's healthy. It's so f***ing good to see you guys.
We're at home in the countryside, and it's a great place to be quarantined if you're going to be, we've got space.
Well, look, I'm not quarantining with anybody, okay? Like, I know some of you guys have partners over there. Shailene, I don't know what you think, but like, is it harder to do this alone, or is it harder with someone? I can't quite tell. I've decided that it's probably harder with someone to make myself feel better.
I can't imagine having to do this with someone else or with kids. I mean, that's like Jamie, that is a whole other level of self.
Yeah, nothing's really changed for them in a way. They're not going to school. They're having me teach them, lessons, which is hilarious. And but because they have us, like, and they have us like all the time. That's like a dream come true for them. Like that, it's like the happiest they could ever be, just having us here.
Adrian and I broke up. Like, I really thought that he was gonna be the one. Maybe it's time to take a break.
The film is called Endings Beginnings. It's coming out this Friday. It's about essentially, I guess, a love triangle. Just trying to do something real and honest. It felt like a diary entry of where I was at in my life, and I think a lot of us brought our own personal intimacies to it, and that's what it was. So I guess that was it. I mean, it's always just about getting together with like-minded people who are feeling certain things and been through certain experiences that we can all relate to.
I'll never forget our first phone call, Drake. We were speaking, and I was like, you start in a week and a half. I can't do this. And within 2 seconds of you describing your own personal relationship with love, I realized that it was going to be kind of an not easy, but a seamless fit, because we both speak the same language in so many ways.
But that's exactly it. Is it not easy, but that we'll always allow ourselves to breathe and to make something work no matter what.
Like, I mean, I feel like casting, right? Like, it's just so crazy when you think of it, like, especially when I feel like it comes to your movies, because just the experience we had was so, intimate in so many different ways, so much more than like a regular film. So just like nailing the right people,
Oh, yeah.
Just having that we could all show up, like Shailene and I were talking earlier today, is just, in terms of being able to be game to be that vulnerable. And not a lot of people are, and I think your movies sort of put you in that front and center. And I don't know. I think we got really lucky.
Yeah, if you feel that way, and you feel comfortable, and you can explore the depths with somebody, then that's the person you want to go in the foxhole with.
There's nothing I can do to make it all.
Frank's one of my oldest friends. He's the life and soul of every party. He's so fun.
Is this the first time everyone is fully improvised on a movie before? Is this?
For me, definitely. It was like, I felt very anxious to want to please you, like way more than I felt on any movie. Like, I was
Really?
like, God, I really want to make sure he gets what he wants. But I think that's just because like the nature of the unknown of that.
I think like at first it felt a little bit daunting. We started out the movie in Big Sur, and I think that was probably the hardest part, because Sebastian and I didn't really know each other at that point. And so I think that was the trickiest part for me, of just knowing how close should these two people be with one another. And because you're improvising it, you don't really know what has happened in their story beforehand. It's kind of a guessing game. I think that was the hardest part, that first week in Big Sur, those first couple days. And then after that, it just kind of felt fun. It felt like every single day we got to come to set and play together. It didn't feel like improv at one point. It just felt like life.
That's what's so great. I mean, I feel like I feel like all the performances in the movie are so natural. And so you don't see the strings really at all, I feel like. And that's exciting to me, because I don't feel like you felt like you wanted to please anybody. You were just so in the moment. Everyone was just so in the moment. And that's what's in the film, I feel like.
You're gonna forget me in a month, aren't you?
What am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, both relationships in the film are so specific and so realistic. What was kind of your approach to establishing the different dynamics between both men?
But I think in the case of us three, we all just naturally had these energies that existed and that kind of guided us to these characters' dynamics and the relationships between them. I don't think there was any acting or establishing involved. It was really more so, you know, Jamie or Sebastian, if you guys were these people and if I was this person, how would we react in this situation? And then you rely on that natural energy that exists to take you there. You kind of ride the wave instead of creating the wave, if that makes any sense.
Well, I think it's time to get to a couple of fan questions, if that's all right, guys. Any unforgettable scenes when you were filming the movie?
I felt like the scene where Daphne comes and tells me that she's pregnant and it might not be mine. I felt like weirdly I could have done that scene for the rest of my career and been satisfied. But wasn't it crazy? I mean, Shay was just like the most raw and honest person I'd ever seen, with or without a camera in their face. Like, it was just crazy. And I felt like every time she walked into the kitchen, I didn't have a clue what was going to happen. And I the time of my life doing that scene, I loved it.
That was actually a really special scene for me too. We just played, and I remember we did so many different levels of emotion. Like, there was at one point when I screamed at the top of my lungs, I don't want to be a mom. And I remember even as I was saying it, I was like, where is this coming from? Like, is this Daphne? Is this me? Where is this? But it just, there was something about that night that was really magical. It felt so safe to really kind of explore any level of emotion.
I've got a great video on my phone of you guys singing Christmas carols to just lighten the mood. After the intensity of that scene, you guys were just sitting there singing. It was like, okay, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Is there anything you wish happened differently in the story? Maybe an alternate ending. Oh, this is perfect for your character, or an extra scene that you wish was included.
I think that if there was like another 30 minutes the movie could have, I would want to know like where Jack ended up. If we had another 30 minutes to explore, that's what I would want to explore. And I do want to know whose baby it is. I got to know.
What is it about the movie that caught your eye and made you want to star in it?
Probably you.
Great Dreamus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. If you had the ability to teleport yourself into any movie, which one would it be and why?
I don't know. Yeah. Any of The Godfather, any of that stuff, The Godfather, any of that.
I mean, I think it'd be really fun to be in Pulp Fiction or to be on that movie set.
Any or all of the Police Academy movies.
Yes!
Oh my God, that's great.
Oh, that's good, dude. You'd be amazing in that. I really want to see you do just a really goofy, like Mel Brooks style, Leslie Nielsen goofy movie. You would kill in one of those movies. All right, last question from Betsy. Shailene, if you were in Daphne's position, who would you choose and why?
Jesus.
I probably would have done the exact same thing Daphne did.
I love it. That's the perfect answer. It totally is. The film comes out this Friday, April 17th on iTunes, Amazon Prime, and a few other places that it can be streamed. Due to the pandemic, it will not be in theaters. So please check it out on any of your streaming platforms. You can find it.